Kościele! Dzień dobry rodzino! Chciałbym wam dzisiaj przedstawić pewną wyjątkową siostrę, która ma dzisiaj przywilej dzielić się z nami tym, co krzyż znaczy w jej życiu. Myślę, że na pewno ją znacie, bo nie da się jej nie znać, szczególnie przez jej wyjątkową otwartość do ludzi i serce pełne zachęcenia dla każdego z nas oraz świetny przykład w wierze. Oczywiście, że mówię o Yimice, bo dzisiaj ona będzie dzieliła się z nami tym, co krzyż znaczy w jej życiu. A jest bardzo młodą i inspirującą siostrą. Mam wielki przywilej razem z nią prowadzić naszą dyskusję pełnię. Personalnie naprawdę mogę wam powiedzieć, że jest dla mnie ogromnym wsparciem i inspiracją. Nigdy się nie poddaję. Oraz jest jedna pewna rzecz, której jej bardzo zawdzięczam, bo właśnie ją Bóg użył, kiedy chciał mnie tutaj przynieść i przez nią właśnie tutaj trafiłem, poznałem uczniów. Bóg ją użył jako narzędzia. Dzisiaj poprosiła mnie, abym przeczytał pewien fragment, który dotknął jej serce, który zainspirował ją do tego, by się dzielić, co znaczy krzyż w jej życiu. Będzie to Ewangelia Jana, 15 rozdział, wersety od 12 do 17. To jest moje przykazanie, abyście się wzajemnie miłowali, jak i ja was umiłowałem. Nikt nie ma większej miłości od tej, gdy ktoś oddaje swoje życie za swoich przyjaciół. Wy jesteście moimi przyjaciółmi, jeśli robicie to, co wam przykazuję. Już więcej nie będę nazywał was sługami, bo sługa nie wie, co robi jego Pan. Lecz nazwałem was przyjaciółmi, bo oznajmię wam wszystko, co słyszałem od mego Ojca. Nie wy mnie wybraliście, ale ja was wybrałem. Przeznaczyłem, abyście wyszli i wydali owoc. I aby wasz owoc trwał. I aby Ojciec dał wam to, o cokolwiek poprosicie Go w moje imię. To wam przekazuję, abyście się wzajemnie miłowali. Oddaję wam Yimikę.
Hello, family. Good morning. Thank you, Oleg, for the incredible introduction. I'll be speaking in English now. But thank you. I'm first of all grateful to God for the opportunity to stand before each and every single one of you today. And thank you to my spiritual parents, Tom and Danka, as well, for a chance to be able to share with you all what the cross means to me. So as Oleg said, my name is Yimika, or Yimcha to my Polish friends. I'm a 20-year-old student, a 20-year-old engineering student. And in 2 months will be the 2-year anniversary since I first gave my life to Christ. So I'm very excited. And at this point in my life, the cross of Jesus Christ means to me true friendship. I stand before you all today, being able to boldly say that Jesus Christ, the creator of the universe, is my truest and dearest friend. Which is kind of hard to believe, because until I was about 18 years old, I probably had about 3 or 2 friends in my whole life. I was raised in an Anglican family, so I was very religious growing up, and I spent so many hours every single week in the church pews. But despite being in such a holy environment, I grew up with a lot of struggles with self-worth, self-focus, and deep insecurity. And with my relationships, both platonic and romantic, both with men and women, were filled with betrayal, bullying, and exploitation. And these led me to some pretty dark places. Sometimes resulting in me harming myself, fracturing the trust that I had in men, and making me isolate myself. That was my favorite way, like to protect myself, isolation. Worse still, I turned around, and to try and protect myself in these insecurities, I became one of these bullies who exploited people and abused other people in the first place. So I'll pretend to be different people with different groups of people. And I was willing to do anything to throw even my most loyal friends under the bus, just to make sure that I stayed on top of the social ladder, and I wasn't the victim. This was how I lived my entire life. So obviously, I led a pretty lonely life. Thinking back, before I turned 19, I have so many memories of when I'd be in a room full of people like this, and I would just feel so lonely. People who would speak greatly and highly about me, but I would feel so worthless. But I attracted what I embodied. I didn't have any friends because I didn't know how to be a friend either. And at a point in my life where I had given God maybe one thought a day, in the height of my most sinful life, a man, Jesus, could have left me at the mercy of my own consequences. But through the Christians that he put in my life, he persevered. And through the message of the gospel, he was able to pursue me into the very ends of the earth. So I thought I was the one taking a chance, like, yeah, I'm just going to try this Christian thing. But it was actually Jesus who rewrote my story every single day. And he turned every test into a testimony. I think I'd love to invite you guys into my mind a little bit. And I sometimes like to ask myself, imagine asking Jesus, like, how much do you love me? Like, you know how you ask a person, like, how much do you love me? And they're like, this big, this big. Like, I imagine you just doing like this and it's like only this big. But this is the exact same position that Jesus was on the cross. This is how much he loves me. The breadth of the cross is exactly the same as the depth of the love that Jesus has for me. And after enduring literally inhumane torture, starvation, berating, beatings that actually left his gender indecipherable, people didn't know if he was a man or a woman, he actually wasn't killed, but actually gave his life, and he reinvented the standard of friendship for me. So every day, I get to walk with a friend who is never too hard to reach. God chose me. He chose to come to the earth as an innocent man with kind eyes and a compassionate spirit. And he was betrayed by his closest friends. So he gave his life for mine. He gave his dignity for mine. You know, despite us being men and women who will never be able to love Jesus in the way that he deserves, with devotion, he was willing to risk it all for me, just for a chance that I would choose him. He didn't know I could still be in the life I chose, but just for a chance, he did this. He gave me true friendship through every single one of you in this room, actually. My brothers and my sisters, my moms and my dads. And I never thought I'd be able to say that. I never thought I'd be able to say that I had people who truly loved me. And the glue that holds us together is the same thing that held Jesus on the cross. It wasn't nails, it wasn't obligation. It was love, it was pure love. Each of you here are my family, not by blood biologically, but by the blood that was shed for the forgiveness of my sins. And I finally have people that I want to protect and people that I don't want to exploit. Through Jesus' example of selfless sacrifice, each of you in some way or the other has impacted my life in a way that I'll never forget. You guys have carried my burdens, you've treated me as your own in the same way that my physical family could. And for that, I'll always be grateful. So I really like being creative. I like to paint and draw. And I thought, oh, how can I end this communion? So after crying, I would love to share with you guys a very quick poem. It's only 6 lines long that I wrote. So Jesus took an orphan and gave her a seat at his table. And with pierced hands and kind eyes, he told her she was able. When the storms of life raged and her thoughts were like thunder, he held her above the waves, saying, I won't let you go under. My dearest companion, yes, even closer than a brother, I wouldn't change a thing or choose to be with another. So the cross to me means true friendship with Christ and with every single one of you. Thank you.
Wow. Naprawdę dziękuję Ci za tę niesamowitą komunię. Really grateful for your communion and for your story. I hope that God will just change more lives using us to share God's love to other people. We will pray right now. I hope that it touch our hearts, prepare our hearts before communion. Drogi Ojcze, jesteś niesamowity. Jesteś naszym Ojcem, który zmienia życia. Potrafisz naprawić naprawdę każde serce. Dziękuję Ci za to, że możemy dzisiaj tutaj razem być i tworzyć jedność, Panie. Tworzyć jedno ciało, być Kościołem, Panie. To jest to królestwo obiecane, o którym głosiłeś. To są ci ludzie, którzy postanowili pójść za Tobą, poświęcając swoje życie, by tworzyć to na Twoją chwałę i na Twoją cześć. To był Twój plan dla każdego z nas. Proszę Cię, aby więcej ludzi mogło o tym usłyszeć, aby więcej ludzi mogło doświadczyć przemiany, doświadczyć Twojej miłości, która jest nie do opisania, Panie. Dziękuję Ci za ten wielki przywilej słuchania tego, jak Ty działasz w ludzkich życiach. Modlę się, abyś po prostu był dalej wywyższony i uwielbiony. W imieniu Jezusa Chrystusa. Amen.
Amen.